Hey y'all, as y'all may see from a previous video, I've got out the outfit to go on a date night with my husband. But before I go out, he's upstairs showering. I thought that I would show you some healthy stuff that I have been trying to kind of move toward. So I went to a salt cave, and what that is basically a little place with a couple of rooms where they have lined the walls with salt. They have like chase lounges with little blankets you can get under. The floor, instead of sand, is salt, and you walk in on it with little almost like surgery shoe covers over your shoes, and then you lay there for about 45 minutes and they blast through a pipe like a mist with salt in it, and it just helps clear up your lungs. And since I've been having a lung issue, excuse me, I thought I would go, and I really am glad I did. I definitely will go back. But one of the things I purchased was this salt lamp, and basically what it is rocks of salt, or should I say rocks with salt on them, rocks of salt, and a little light bulb inside that gets obviously hot enough that it kind of activates the salt. And I wanted to have one with a little bird on it because I'm going to be putting it in either my bedroom or my sunroom, which has an actual little bird cage. Not great for your lungs. By the way, these are little cuties, and they're also very, very good for you. Lots of good vitamin C. So I got that, and then I also purchased this, which is called Clear Head, or Clear Your Head. And what it is basically a jar of herbs that when you open it, you just literally open it, smell it, and then close it. And it just basically is some really good herbs that are good for cold and allergy and just kind of clearing your head up. It's not a horribly strong scent, but it's strong enough that it just kind of opens your head up. So I got that. This is not something to leave sitting open for fragrance. You could, but I wouldn't, just because I want to keep it very concentrated for when I need it. But I also went ahead and purchased the roll-on. I think you have to be very careful how much you use of this. I would do like less than a ½ inch of this on each wrist, because some people can actually be allergic to the oil because it's concentrated. So this is a to-go oil for the same purpose, just to kind of clear your sinuses. And then this is an air freshener. Again, this one is linen mist and room spray, but it's all natural. And so between these three, and certainly don't use them all at the same time, but I just thought this would be just a really good way to try to clear up my breathing and lungs, to get just good and fresh and clean. And then also I tried this while I was there, and I just fell in love with it. It is the Sweet Cream Body Milk, and this is from FHF, and that stands for Farmhouse Fresh. And what does it say on the back here? This delicate moisturizer is infused with vitamin E, rich rice bran oil, lightly fragranced with velvety notes of sweet cream, warm sweet cream. Okay, so that's some of those items that I got with them. Then I also went to, I always say Scouts, but it's actually Sprouts. And I got me some organic walnuts, and just a handful of these a day. It's just good heart healthy nut that you can have. It's a good healthy nut. I also went ahead and got me some Ezekiel 4-9 low sodium bread, and that is sprouted grain bread. All this is organic. I just kind of went organic. And then I got this Tate's Bake Shop from Southampton, New York. These are just chocolate chip cookies. And then I also got some, that's just the cord to that light, some also oatmeal raisin cookies. And these are for my husband, just to give him a little treat. By the way, this cord has on it a dial to dim it, so you can make it more dim if you want to. So you could have this in your bedroom and dim it at night, or you can make it very bright. Okay, also what I got was the Justin's cinnamon almond butter, and that's just to put on that bread for breakfast. Just one piece of toast, and just spread that. And then also I've got some bananas to slice and put on that. Then I also got this Back to Nature Harvest Whole Wheat crackers and some other crackers. Let me just show you. I put it in a bag just so they'd stay crisp, but I went ahead and kept the label because I want to be able to get them again. It's the Pink Himalayan Salt Multigrain Flatbread, and this is the same brand, Back to Nature. And I really, really love these with my husband's chicken salad, which he puts celery and onion in it, and a little black pepper, and just that and low-fat mayonnaise is such. It's the chicken in a can, just like tuna in a can. You just drain it really, really well. Put in some low-fat mayonnaise, not very much. Some black pepper. You know, you can add other. Let's just look in here. I have a few salts, but they do have salt in them, and I'm trying to get away from salt. But I do like this mixed up salt. You could also use Mrs. Dash. I like the garlic and herb, and it's salt-free. So that's a really good one. And then if I use a salt, sometimes I use this, hold on, there it is. The Simple Truth Organic Himalayan Pink Roasted Garlic Seasoned Salt. But again, it is salt. I think that's just minced onions. And this is, if you really like an Italian, that's just regular McCormick Italian seasoning. But you can do that with a little bit of olive oil and do that instead. But that's really strong Italian, so I don't know if you would like that. Then I also got, if we were going to have chips, I got some guacamole and salsa from there. And so I went ahead and got this blue corn chips. And just, you know, you just have to really watch how many. Again, it's portion control. There's my little coffee cup that y'all know I love. And my Charlotte Tilbury steam kettle. Alright, so then I also got these things. I got some probiotics, and this is the Pearls Complete, which has 4 different strains of bacteria that are the good guys, and it just helps with colon health, and that definitely helps your immune system. It says 1 billion cultures probiotic supplement, and it's got those 4 right there. And it also touts the fact that it can make it past the stomach acid. So, it explains on the back how your colon health works. But it just makes a point to say that it can make it past the stomach acid so that they'll live. Because your stomach acid is hydrochloric acid, y'all. I got this for my daddy. He has gas real bad, and he uses Gas X. But I'm going to suggest him trying this. What has he got to lose at 92 years old but to try a different gas product? And this is gas and bloating, fast acting support for digestive discomfort, and it's herbal. And just looking at it, I don't see anything he would be allergic to, or I'm going to stay with him when he first takes it just to make sure he doesn't have any kind of allergic reaction to the herbs. But I just feel like he should try something besides Gas X because it doesn't work for him. And he continues to take it, but it doesn't work. But he doesn't know what else to do because he hurts so bad. And then I got some garlic. I talked to my doctor about taking supplements, and that my endocrinologist had said she wanted me on vitamin D, vitamin B12, and biotin, and not to really go above what you don't need. And she said, well, there's nothing wrong. It's actually very good for you, heart health wise, to have garlic. But if you don't have garlic in your diet, like fresh garlic that, you know, you mash the heart and chip it open and then chop it up and put it in your food, she says you can take a supplement. So I am gonna, she said it's okay to take that. Same thing for the apple cider vinegar. And again, on any supplement, you should always ask your doctor, because you can't just take supplements, y'all, and not know what your health conditions are, whether it's diabetes, heart problems, digestive, whatever it is, or whatever medications you may be on that could have reactions to these things. So you don't ever just take it without talking to your doctor. But I talked to her about apple cider vinegar. She says, yes, that's a great supplement for your stomach. It's just a good natural cleanser. And then also turmeric, curcumin, and she said that's just, again, it is supposed to help with joint pain. Can't hurt you, just, you know, I told her I was doing 500 milligrams, and she said that was fine. And then I also told her about taking vitamin C, especially because I feel like I've been sick. And she goes, well, vitamin C is always good for your immune health. It's better to do those cuties because that's also got fiber in it. But she says for right now, trying to get well quickly, I would take the vitamin C 3 times a day. And this also has rose hips. So that was the kind of healthy things I did there. And then also, just for, you know, dark berries are just great for you. They're antioxidants. They're very good for you. And so I got some of those. And for a treat, I got dark chocolate blueberries. Now, because these have dark chocolate, and it actually says on there chocolate liqueur, they're going to have, even though it's blueberries, they are going to have a certain amount of high sugars. It also has a soy lecithin, which is an emulsifier, and it has sunflower oil. And for some people, this is not good. But what I'm going to do is just have a little, like about 5 or 6 of them when I'm needing something sweet at work so that I don't go get something even worse, to be honest. And so I'm just going to have a few of these. It does have on the bottom, it does have the amount of sugars, which is 17 grams. So that's nothing to sneeze at, y'all. Because the serving size is 16 pieces. So what I would effectively have a third of that. And so that I would have a third of those sugars. And even that, it's still really high. It also has some saturated fat, 8 grams to be specific. And the carbs is 23 grams, which is a third of your total daily. So this is just a couple of these you can pop at a time, not, you know, full handfuls. And really it's best to eat like maybe 1 or 2, one at a time, and only have 1 or 2 and then see if you want more. But it's just a way to have something sweet that's a blueberry. That probably wasn't the best selection, to be honest with you, now that I'm thinking about it. Those are pretty bad numbers on the back. You know, on the back of actual fruit, it doesn't say. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, these would be better for you than those. Even though it's blueberries, it's added chocolate liqueur and other things. Whereas this is just plain old blackberries. And that's good for you. And I also got some strawberries for my husband because that's his favorite. Versus this little baby right here that he loves to, why is that in there? But that is really good stuff. It's the Naked Bee lip balm. Oh, I gave that to him because it doesn't have color, and it's just, it kind of smells and tastes like orange. It's orange blossom and honey lip balm. So I don't know why that was in there, but he loves Red Hots and he loves Little Kissies. So that's his little basket because I don't really like either one, but I don't really want him eating a lot of it. But you know, we all have to make our own choices, and I'm not here to police my husband, just as his lover and needing him for my life. I always do remind him, hey babe, please go easy on it. I need you in my life. He says the same thing about me exercising. So also, I got this from my doctor, and it's from Merck, and it's called Count Your Carbs, Getting Started. And it kind of teaches you. She put on there, she wants you to only have 76 grams of carbs a day or less. Y'all, that is so few. I mean, she's like, Beth, you need to get serious. So it goes in here and it educates you about it. It educates you about sizes of food. The palm being the size for meat. Your thumb is a tablespoon. The tip of your thumb is a teaspoon. And so this is really important for, and then up here, a small fist should be equal to 2 to 3 carb choices outside of your meat. And that's actually a lot, y'all, for whether it's rice or potatoes or pasta. Those kind of carbs you've really got to be careful with. And again, here's a great divider, having your fruit, a small portion over here, milk or dairy, and you can have dairy-free products, very little oil, non-starchy vegetables, raw or cooked, and then vegetables is the other, really, it's not a full third. You've got this small amount of meat and small amount of starchy vegetables, and the non-starchy vegetables can be the whole other half of your plate. And then also just learning about different things that are good for you and not good for you. And about fiber and how that helps versus sugar. Like if you have an actual orange versus orange juice, that fiber actually helps with your blood glucose. So you don't really want to have the juice. You want to have the actual fruit because that fiber helps. Then it talks about A1C. It talks about carbohydrates and choice lists, which goes on for me to look at and to choose. So my doctor gave me this, but if you want to get it, you can go right here to eatright.org, and or you can go to diabetes.org, and it just teaches you, and this particular one is from Merck. It's called Count Your Carbs, Getting Started, and it's just a way to try to start getting a little more healthy. So anyway, I just thought I would share some of my stuff with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye! Bye, 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 bye. Hey, did you notice, by the way, I cleaned up my kitchen. I had so many dishes right there, and I got them all put away. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye.